Welcome to all. Class number 29 of our course SFT and BMD. I wrote here very important principles for drawing SFT BMD, or rather very powerful concepts. Now what I will do is, in the description I am going to write details of the course which will appear every time. See, I wrote here somewhere, refer class number 28. Every class difficult for me to remember. So what I will do is, I will make a note of some particular concept when you require later. When it was crystal clear told for you, I will mention. It is your responsibility to go back to that class, understand and come back. So this I have been telling right from beginning only. So those who are serious, they will follow and they are in for gaining knowledge. Now, I already told many times, best version or better is start right from class number 1, study thoroughly and write everything, make important note with underline. Important concept told there till our first SFT BMD appears here. Like I may start suddenly now. A beam is of length L. It is supported at both ends. What type of support I will tell at that time. Subjected to this type of loading. Draw SFT BMD. So that will start. That is the starting of the SFT BMD. But when we draw SFT BMD, so many principles are required there. It is difficult to explain at that time. So that is why you can see the class are, this is class number 29 now, and it is continuously running, almost ending only now, so that there is no difficulty for drawing SFT BMD. So as I repeated earlier, my class is not for entertainment or time pass, it is for gaining knowledge. So those who want to gain knowledge, get complete grip on SFT and BMD forever, they should follow the instructions given by me. Okay, now we already obtained following in class number 28. Now I am going to make a note. See, W is intensity of load. Nobody should ask, sir, what is intensity of load? I already told it earlier. Then V is the shear force. M is the bending moment. Where all it will come. Now we already got, see, dV by dx is W. That means rate of change of shear force is intensity of load. Very powerful principle to decide how is the curve in case SFT is in the form of curvature. Straight line means no problem. Why? Joined by straight line. But when curvature comes, sometime curve can come this way or curve can come this way. That time this will give you correct idea how is that curve. I will explain. Also, see, I wrote and dm by dx is V. Rate of change of bending moment equal to shear force. Now remember, rate of change of shear force equal to intensity of load. Rate of change of bending moment equal to shear force. Sometime minus will come here. Sometime here minus can come. That is based on sign convention. So many people, they tell dV by dx is minus W. I already proved last time. No, you should not tell minus W. That depends on sign convention. If I adopt different sign convention, I will get plus W. So technically, what you have to tell? Rate of change of shear force is intensity of load and rate of change of bending moment is shear force. Remember thoroughly. This will help you to decide how is the curve whenever diagram is coming, that quadratic or cubic curve like that. When what? dV by dx in shear force diagram or here, this will help you same way in bending moment diagram. Again doubt whether the curve will come this way or something, will it go this way and this way or will it go this way? That you can decide by this one. How to decide, I will make perfectly clear when the time comes. Right now remember these two. Now see, note, I wrote all these just to save the time. Little portion I left because I will write in front of you. Consider y equal to f of x. Imagine x is this way. Anyway you can take x. This is y. Y is a function of x. here. If x power is 0, then y is constant. If the highest power of x is 1, variation of y will be linear. If highest power of x is 2, it is parabola or quadratic. I use the word parabola of second degree. If power of x is 3, highest power, you see only the highest power is 3, then it is called parabola. It is still parabola, but third degree. Or cubic curve, you can tell. See, name is no problem. Somebody can tell there is no cubic curve. It is there. I am telling that way. Who are you to tell no? Understanding is important. It is not the question of what name you give. Okay. Now, we know that you are supposed to know when y is f of x, for y to be maximum or minimum. Remember, usually people tell only maximum. No. So many times it can be minimum. Maximum or minimum, dy by dx should be 0. I will make full clear what is the meaning of this one. That is, for a function y which is f of x, if you want a maximum value or minimum value, then the condition is that dy by dx is 0. If you differentiate y with respect to x and equal to 0, you get the location where it is either maximum or minimum. I will give the reason now. See. Also note, dy by dx is actually tan theta, mathematically, where theta is the angle made by tangent with axis considered. Means, by chance, this is how you consider x. This is how you consider y. If curve goes this way, if you draw a tangent here, angle should be considered with the x direction, this way. Anti-clockwise, clockwise, you don't bother. That you worry later. This is theta. Okay, now, see. Or dy by dx is popularly called as slope. Technically, dy by dx is tan theta. Theta is the angle. But that dy by dx is very popularly called slope. We will also call slope. Note, dy by dx is mathematically tan theta. But when theta is very small, or that you can make out later, whenever deformation is considered, usually, then tan theta will be always, not always, can be taken almost equal to theta, condition in radians. Therefore, many times we in structural engineering, we consider dy by dx is theta. Once again note, theta in radian, not degrees. Not degrees. If you take in degree, it becomes mathematical blunder. So it is in radians. So usually what you do, we use the term dy by dx as tan theta or slope. Over. Now, be very careful. I already told you, for a function y to be maximum or minimum, dy by dx equal to 0. So therefore, see, suppose imagine you consider a curve. A curve goes this way. And it can come this way also. See, consider two ways. Now, this you can take the maximum value, y maximum. This I will take y minimum. Y minimum. See, many people are under the impression when dy by dx is 0, y is maximum. No. When you draw BMD, so many times it happens that it is minimum. Now, see, maximum, minimum. This is x you are considering here. See. Now, if this is maximum, see, draw a tangent here. Draw a tangent. Draw a tangent here. For it to be maximum or minimum, the tangent should be parallel to baseline, or here theta should be 0. Here also theta should be 0. It is a condition. Therefore, that's why for y to be maximum or minimum, dy by dx should be equal to 0. The correct reason, y mathematically, the reason y for y to be y means why y for y to be maximum or minimum, dy by dx equal to 0. Now see, this we are going to use many times in structural engineering. Now, come back here. The most important is this condition or this principle is conditional. Sometimes, for example, cantilever beam subjected to UDL, maximum, we will prove little later that bending moment is maximum where shear force is 0. There it is not that way. In cantilever with UDL, bending moment will be maximum where shear force also maximum. That all reason I will tell you when the time comes. Or remember, this is considered when the curve goes this way. This is what? See, now if I go little this side or little this side, value should decrease. Here, little this side or little that side, value will increase. Then only it is called maximum or minimum. Be very careful. Now, come to our structural engineering or SFD BMD. I told y is f of x. For y to be maximum or minimum, dy by dx should be equal to 0. I wrote there. Now see, we already got dm by dx equal to v. Or before that one more principle. See, I already told you dy by dx is tan theta, and tan dy by dx we popularly call as slope. Therefore, very important, see here. I'll go second round now. See, most important, your dv by dx equal to w. Therefore, the most powerful principle, I will not repeat again and again. You should go through this many times. See, dv by dx is w. Therefore, slope of SFD shearing force diagram will be equal to intensity of load. Remember, most powerful. This is what which will help you to decide the curvature. Slope of SFD, because shearing dv by dx is w. You know, same way, dy by dx is tan theta or slope. So, slope of SFD is equal to intensity of load. I will tell once again, lastly. And once again, see, we know dm by dx equal to v. Again, what is dm by dx? Instead of y, you change over to m. There y is a function of x. Here m, bending moment, is a function of x. So y is not there, m. Later, your y is the deflection for us. This is a mathematical y. In the structural engineering later, y you take deflection. Worry later when I consider deflection. See, dm by dx equal to v. Therefore, further more powerful. See, I will put here. Therefore, slope of BMD is equal to shear force. So, I will once again now highlight now for you. Remember, for y to be max, then one more thing I will put down. For y to be maximum, dy by dx equal to 0. Actually, for y to be not only maximum or minimum. Same way here. I will come later. See, dv by dx is w. dv by dx is rate of change of shear force. That is slope of the SFD. So, slope of shearing force diagram is intensity of load. Slope of, same way, dm by dx equal to v. Slope of bending moment diagram equal to shear force. Slope of shear force diagram, previous one. See, slope of you always start in order. Load intensity down, shearing force further down, bending moment. Start. Come this, or you can start from here also. See, go reverse. Rate of change of bending moment equal to shear force. Rate of change of shear force equal to intensity of load. Therefore, slope of bending moment diagram is shear force, and slope of shear force diagram is intensity of load. Now, lastly, the most powerful part. We have dm by dx is v. V means shear force. I already told. See, we already know that when if y is f of x, pure mathematics, f of x, then for y to be maximum or equally important minimum, both, usually you get maximum. But once in a while, rarely, we get minimum. I will tell you now, minimum. Then we know that dy by dx should be 0. Therefore, if you see here, you can tell for y f of x, y to be maximum or minimum, dy by dx equal to 0. Here also, m is a expression for bending moment in terms of x. So, for m, therefore, for m means bending moment to be maximum or minimum. I will give full clarification later. Minimum. The condition is that dm by dx should be 0, but dm by dx equal to V, that is shear force, or final conclusion for m bending moment to be maximum or minimum, what you can tell, shear force should be equal to 0. So many people know it. They will tell, where is the maximum BM? Sir, where shear force is 0? No, it is not so simple. It has got lot of concept. See, I will just explain briefly now. See, suppose you consider, just to understand, a simply supported beam with overhang on either side. Now, how much is the overhang with respect to span, I will not tell now. See, I will put the overhang little smaller. Span predominant, I will apply UDL. Now, if I draw shearing force diagram for this one, the shearing force diagram will come. It will come like this. You never bother, it will come later. Now, I will draw bending moment diagram. I will draw positive upper side. Later on tension side, separate is there. Sign all I will not write here. See, you will have BM, here negative will come, here also negative will come, here some positive value will come. See, BMD will come this way. I will tell you later y curve is this way, y not this way. Here see, y curve is this way, y not this way. That all I will explain later. See, this is the bending moment diagram. Now see here, see this point. This is the point where shearing force is 0. See, that is the point where bending moment is maximum. Correct? Same way, come to same case, what I will do now is, I will go for the overhang little bigger now compared to span. Later you will be knowing the relation. How much should be the overhang for beam to sag here, or for 0 BM there, or to hog there, that all will come later. Now, see. Now you have to believe me. My students will tell, sir, we will always believe you, no problem. See, now if I draw shearing force diagram, you never bother how it came. Exact scale I am not maintaining. This is center, not scale. Shearing force diagram. And if I draw bending moment diagram now, see, I will tell you how is the bending moment diagram. It will come. Then it will come this way. See, this way. That is, this is the point where shear force is 0. See, at that point, see here, I can draw tangent. See now, here where shear force is 0, BM is maximum. See, where shear force is 0, BM is minimum. Here see, either side it decreases. Here peak, highest value. Here, either side it increases. Here the least value. So therefore, important is what? For bending moment to be maximum or minimum, only one of them will be applicable at a time. Shearing force should be 0. This is a powerful concept. Now, one important point. Now only I will tell you. before going further, there is a limitation for this one. Suppose there is a cantilever beam. I'll tell here, cantilever beam. With UDL, SFD shearing post diagram will come this way, BMD will come this way. Now, my students will sometime ask, see, sir, you told bending moment is maximum where shear force is 0. But see, sir, here, bending moment is maximum where shear force also is maximum. I will clarify at that time. I will tell later what is the limitation for this one. For this condition, for M to be maximum or minimum, shear force to be 0, there is some basic requirement is there. That is actually mathematically it is also there. What I told here, it is there mathematically. For a function y equal to simply f of x, where it is constant into x square, this principle is not valid. There is a reason. So you can now think, those two people who think that they know too much concept, now they should start thinking, what happened here? Shear force maximum here, BM also maximum there. That is, shear bending moment is maximum where shear force is maximum. What I told here is not valid. Reason is there in structural engineering, or especially in engineering mechanics or strength of materials or structural analysis. For each and everything, I will give the logic. When the time comes, I will give it immediately whenever it is raised in front of me. I will never tell later, let me see, or let me decide, or I will refer and tell you, no referring. If there is a logic exists, then I will tell immediately. So, and one more aspect is there, I will tell here now. Very important. See, you consider simply support beam, just time being. Any span will do. I will put a load here. Little eccentric load I will put 60 kilonewton load. Okay. I will take this distance as 4 meter. This is 6 meter. I will draw the shearing force diagram. It will come like this. 36 here, and this is also 36 here, 24 here, 24 here, plus and minus. If I take the point A, I take the point B and C, this is the point C. This is the shearing force diagram. Now draw bending moment diagram. How much is it? I require a calculator? No. 36 into 4 is 144. Okay, 144. Unit I am not writing. This will be in kilonewton. This will be in kilonewton meter. That you don't bother. See now. Now, powerful concept for those who want to think. Shearing force bending moment is maximum 144. See, where principle I told is shear force is 0. But here, is the shear force 0 here? It is, see, if the shear force diagram comes this way, you can tell 0 here, correct. Here it is not 0. See, in the upcoming classes, what I will tell in my course, in my SFD BMD course, I will tell you wherever there is a point load is there, you have to find shear force twice. Once just to left side, once just to right side. Some people will tell once considering the load, once not considering the load. No, wrong. Completely wrong principle. That way is not there. Considering the load or not considering the load, that way principle is not there. If somebody tells it is a wrong principle. I will tell once just to left, once just to right. Once when you are just to left, if you look right side, load is considered. If you look left side, load is not considered. When we come to just to right, if you look left side, load is considered. If you look right side, load is not considered. So, telling that once you find shear force without considering the load, then find shear force considering the load is completely wrong concept. Concept is what? You find shearing force twice, once just to left, once just to right. Reason I will tell in the class when I go to point load. Okay. Now, therefore, as per this diagram, in my regular course, I will tell shearing force at C just to left of C is plus 36 kilonewton, just to right of C is minus 24 kilonewton, and or you can tell shearing force at C from just to left, from 36 positive plus 36 will suddenly change over to minus 24. at the particular point. That's what I will tell. That's what majority will tell also. It is not wrong. It is correct. But now doubt comes. Sir, you told bending moment is maximum where shear force is 0. Shear force is not 0 here. Left side shear force is 36. Right side minus 24. Where is 0? Yes, there is a principle. This principle I am going to upload in a special series, Brain Teaser. I am going to start a series little later, that is Brain Teasers, for people who want no ultimate concept. That class I will tell the complete reasoning. Sometimes people will tell, if I ask them, what is the this is the question I usually ask many people. People who think, who act as if they know too much. Then I will ask them, if they show arrogance or somewhat what in front of me, if they tell or show that they know little more, then I know how to control. Purpose of controlling is not to insult them, to tell them that your limitation is, this is your limitation, learn from me. See, I will ask the question, what is the shear force at C? They will tell, sir, just to left is 36 plus 36, just to right is minus 24. I will tell you, I did not ask you what is the shear force just to left of C or just to right of C. I asked you what is the shear force at C. So many online classes, or you go to classes, you can see people telling shearing force at C is not defined, some discontinuous function they will tell. Therefore, when point load is there, they will tell at that point shear force is not defined. You consider either left or right. They will tell that way. Okay, but their statement of not defined, the discontinuous, I am going to prove it is wrong. It has got a beautiful concept. I will make complete clear what is the real meaning. What I told here is valid here also. Someone will tell, how it is valid? There is no 0 here. Wait, let me upload that class little later. I will upload that class as a special class for the sequence of SFD-BMD for ordinary people. I will tell you, you don't bother about that one. You find shear force just to left of C or just to right of C. That's all. But those who want to know or who want to gain knowledge or who want to understand, for them I am uploading. That way, many classes I will upload where so many concepts which are misquoted, I will rectify it and tell the correct concept. And once I tell the concept, it will be correct only. There is no bargaining or nobody can contradict that one. It will be 100% correct. I got confidence. So now, lastly I will tell you, before going further next class, I will conclude now, because why? Too much time I am not taking. I will not look there. I will just look at towards you only. Rate of change of shear force is intensity of load. Rate of change of bending moment is shear force. Then, therefore, to decide the diagram, or whenever the curvature comes there, to decide whether curve is this way or this way, very important, either for SFD or BMD, these are the powerful. That is, dV by dx is W, or slope of the shearing force diagram is intensity of load. Slope of the bending moment diagram is shearing force. Then, for bending moment to be maximum or minimum, usually maximum, rare cases you require minimum, then shearing force there should be 0. So, bending moment is maximum or minimum where shear force is 0, subject to some conditions, that is, conditions applicable for mathematics. See, anything applicable for mathematics, applicable here. That I will tell what are the conditions are. That is, when you cannot write directly that bending moment is maximum where shear force is 0. The reason is pure mathematical. When the time comes, I will tell, or in general, bending moment is maximum where shear force is 0. Go through all this one. Now I will do one thing. Next class 30, I will put the chart here. No load and between two standard point, no load and shear force constant, shear force 0, BM is constant, pure bending. No load, I am telling just like that because I already over last time. Next time neatly I am writing. No load but shear force constant, BM linear. UDL between two standard points. Shear force variation linear, BM variation parabola of second degree. Uniformly varying load between two standard points. Shear force variation parabola of second degree and BM variation parabola of third degree. In such cases all, to decide the curve, see, this way or this way all, then you require the concept. One by one will come. Now, what I will do is, all the previous class numbers, I'll make a note and put somewhere there. I can see anytime. Which class, what is told. Reason is, when you require a concept, see, for example, I want to consider moment of a uniformly varying load. See here, uniformly varying load. 6 kilonewton per meter, for example, this is 8 meter. I want moment about this point, say 4.5 meter outside, say 8 meter. In the class, what I will tell is, see, moment about this point is half into 8 into 6 is the total load into 4.5 plus 2/3 of 8 I will write. People who come to that class suddenly first time, they will tell not explaining properly, not clear. No, it is their mistake. They should have, this is so thoroughly explained earlier class, how to find moment of point load for UDL or UVL, how to locate center of gravity for that one, what is moment, how you consider the moment, how to resolve the forces, what is the concept of the shear force and bending moment, what is sign convention, how to calculate, so many examples given. These are all given so that you build a solid foundation on which you can construct your building, which will be called complete control or knowledge of SFD and BMD. Okay. Now, we will meet in class number 30. Thank you.